respecting. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. Translation: Lord Brahma said, "My dear son Kardamba, since you have completely accepted my instructions without duplicity, showing them proper respect, you have worshipped me properly. Whatever instructions you took from me, you have carried out, and thereby you have honored me." Purport: Lord Brahma, as the first living entity within the universe, is supposed to be the spiritual master of everyone. And he is also the father, the creator of all beings. Kadamba Muni is one of the Prajapatis, or creators of the living entities, and he is also a son of Brahma. Brahma praises Kadamba because he carried out the orders of the spiritual master in toto and without cheating. A conditioned soul in this material world has the disqualification of cheating. He has 4 disqualifications. He's sure to commit mistakes. He's sure to be illusioned. He's prone to cheat others, and his senses are imperfect. But if one carries out the order of the spiritual master by disciplic succession or the parampara system, he overcomes the 4 defects. Therefore, knowledge received from the bona fide spiritual master is not cheating. Any other knowledge which is manufactured by the conditioned soul is cheating only. Brahma knew well that Kadamba Muni exactly carried out the instructions received from him, and that he actually honored his spiritual master. To honor the spiritual master means to carry out his instructions word for word. Om Agyanati Vrandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Budle Swayam Rupa Kadameham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jutapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sangitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitam Cha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vanshakalpatarubhyaksha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare. So we welcome all the devotees on this Srimad Bhagavatam discussions call every morning. We're discussing, the current topic is Kadamba Muni's renunciation. The context is Kadamba Muni's is very pleased with Mother Devhuti's renunciation, and because he's pleased with his wife, Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahmaji bestowed the personality of Godhead, Kapil Muni, in the womb of Devahuti. Kapil Muni has appeared a few verses before, and Brahmaji, he's orchestra. He's the one who's making everything manifest. So he knew exactly the Lord, the arrangements of the Lord, and how Kapil Muni is manifesting. So Lord Brahmaji with all his sons, they appeared in front of Kadamba Muniji to kind of welcome the Supreme Person of Godhead, Kapil Muni, in this universe. And they're praising. Brahmaji starts praising the contributions of Kadamba Muni and Devahuti. So during some of these verses, Kadamba Muni is speaking to Brahmaji is speaking with Kadamba Muni, and then he will speak something to Devahuti, Mother Devahuti also. And what's very nice here, the word used by Brahmaji is for Kadamba Muni that you are nirvyalikta. Nirvyalikta means you are non-duplicate. What Brahmaji is saying literally, that what pleases me the most with you, Kadamba Muni, that you are non-duplicate. You have no duplicity. So we will speak a little bit on this word, non-duplicity. What pleases Brahmaji, who is in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions Lord Brahmaji is not just the creator, not just the father of Kadamba Muni, but also the spiritual master of Kadamba Muni. So serving the spiritual master without duplicity will please the spiritual master the most. That's the central point of this particular verse. Just like Lord Brahmaji is pleased with his disciple Kadamba Muni because of his nature of non-duplicity, non-cleverness. So what is this duplicity? I was trying to think last night. When devotee serves the Lord, serves the devotees of the Lord, serves the spiritual master without having his own selfish interest, without having his own hidden agenda. Duplicity generally means there is something hidden that's not revealed in our service, in our words, even in our body language. We hide something, and that makes our service duplicitous, dishonest. Especially when we can hide something that's subtle. For example, false ego is very subtle, and it makes us actually to hide something that's not so easily detectable by others. But here Brahmaji is saying, Kadamba Muni, whatever I have ordered you to do to create progeny, also first class category, you have done that, Kadamba Muni. You and therefore I give you all my blessings. So spiritual master is pleased not just by putting his hand and embrace. Sometimes we do feel that having Ashirvad of a spiritual master on a physical level and embrace and some kind words from the spiritual master, that's how disciple may receive blessings from spiritual master. Yes, that's one way. But also when he's pleased in his heart, it's explained that when spiritual master is pleased in his heart from the activities of the disciple, then very wonderful blessings from his heart, they just spontaneously become available. They get showered upon his disciple automatically. Either there is a physical connection or not, but those blessings, they erupt from the heart of the spiritual master and they go into the heart of the disciple. It's a subtle transcendental connection also exists. And Kadamba Muni, because he had blessings from his father on that level, on the transcendental level, because he was following the instructions of his guru and father Brahmaji, and with those blessings he was able to perform this thousands of years of austerities to become purified, to have a wife of that category of Mother Devhuti. So there are these three words in Chaitanya Charitamrita and in our Shastras explains this, that to cut down this duplicit behavior, the cleverness, this Khanaka Kamani and Pratishtha. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentions in many places also. Kanaka, Kamani, and Pratishtha. Kanak means money, Kamani means enjoyment with the opposite sex, man for woman, woman for man. And Pratishtha the you want to become known, you want to become famous. These three, either one of those, or sometime we may be affected by all three. These three elements, these three narthas, make one to be duplicitous. Because we have some desire to earn money, desire to enjoy this world, desire to have name and fame of this world, we tend to then hide from the world that may not be proper, that may not be us, who we are really. So, because we have to show to the world to earn these three things, either earn money or enjoyment or name and fame. And many times, like Srila Prabhupada mentions, that we have these narthas, tendency to cheat, imperfect senses. Srila Prabhupada mentions here, commit, tendency to make mistakes, tendency to be illusioned. So we are under these anarthas, but to hide one of these anarthas, we act duplicitously. So it's ingrained in the heart of the conditioned soul. And here Kadamba Muni is a great example, but obviously he's a direct son of Lord Brahmaji, is Prajapati, very pure. So he does not have this duplicitous behavior. And Lord Brahmaji is appreciating that one of our acharyas, they mentioned this tat means really like Lord Brahma is saying, you're my darling son. I love you so much because you have done everything that I desired, to the level that now you are having Supreme Person of Godhead, couple munis appear. So I'm thinking of something about this duplicitous behavior and how His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, one or two examples coming to my mind, I'll share. When Srila Prabhupada was here in America, either reporter or some person asked Srila Prabhupada, he said, because he was noticing that Srila Prabhupada had some disciples around him, and they are worshipping him, they are respecting him so much. So he kind of, in a little challenging way, he asked Srila Prabhupada that, are you a prophet? Because in the Western world, these prophets, coming from Jesus Christ and other sampradayas, they understand this language that, okay, time to time, some advanced souls, they come to this earth sent by God or something. So they use this word prophet. So this reporter asked Prabhupada that, are you a prophet of God? And Prabhupada was silent for some time. And then he again said, so are you sent by God? Now, Srila Prabhupada knew this Western culture at that time, and he could have definitely said that, yes, I'm a prophet, I'm sent by God, and here are my disciples who are, we're trying to spread the word of God. And it would have been accepted that way. And Prabhupada's position, would not be compromised, or he would be seen again, on that prophet level, more respectable level. But Prabhupada was calm and kind, and after thinking through, after some silence, he said, no, 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 I'm not prophet. I'm not sent by God. So then this person asked, so, um, who you're sent by? You're here in the Prabhupada said, I'm sent by my spiritual master. On the order of my spiritual master, I'm here. So this example, I was thinking in my mind, this example shows Srila Prabhupada's non-duplicitous, non-cleverness behavior, humble behavior, not a behavior that he, sometime when we have a chance to show that I am the best, I am the prophet, then we tend to do it to impress upon other people, to gain, that again, that Kanaka Kamani Pratishtha I mentioned, one of those. So in this particular case, the Pratishtha, if he would have said that I am prophet, I'm sent by God, then his Pratishtha would be even more in the eye of that particular person who's asking. But Srila Prabhupada, he wanted to, instead of him, he wanted to bring his spiritual master to the front. So those hearts, those devotees whose hearts are pure, non-duplicitous, they don't necessarily put themselves in the front. They put other devotees in the front. They put Prabhupada in the front. They put Krishna in the front. They put their spiritual master in the front. So along the same lines, I'll share now opposite examples. Srila Prabhupada was in India, and even here he was asking his god brothers that please send me, come here, send me kartal, harmonium, mardangas. There is a good chance to share Krishna consciousness with this Western world, but I'm alone. So, but then in his first trip to India, when he met his god brother, and then he asked them, they were speaking in Bengali, and this story is narrated by one of the devotee who is from the West, but he would understand Bengali. So he mentioned that he was hearing this conversation between Prabhupada and his god brothers, and Prabhupada said, there is so much going on in the Western world. People are very responsive, but I need help. You please all come. You can become the Acharya of this Gaudiya mission. I will just serve. So he was trying to convince them, to his very senior sannyasis and other god brothers. But then one of the devotee in that conversation, he mentioned to Prabhupada in Bengali, he said, here in India, we are a big fish in a small pond. But if we go to the West, we will be small fish in a big pond. We will just be one among many. Not so important in the Western world, but in India, that Pratishtha part. So when Prabhupada heard that, Srila Prabhupada was very concerned with this somewhat duplicitous behavior. Srila Prabhupada mentions to them in Bengali, he said, is that what our Guru Maharaj wanted? Big fish in a small pond or small fish in a big pond? Is this something that's what being taught to us as a sannyasi, as preachers of Krishna consciousness? So Srila Prabhupada was very, very concerned with this kind of behavior. So what we learn from this particular verse is this word nirvalikta, without duplicity. Brahmaji as a father, Brahmaji as spiritual master, Brahmaji as a creator, he's very much pleased by Kardama Muniji because of his non-duplicitous behavior. He did not try to twist things around for his own agenda. He did not have his own agenda. He was in flow with the desire of his spiritual master and the desire of Lord Vishnu to become one of the greatest Prajapati in this universe. So we pray to Shri Kardama Muniji, Lord Brahmaji, Lord Vishnu to also empower us so we become non-duplicitous in our services to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Dr. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. And we'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Hare
Shri Nrsimha, Jai
Jai
Nrsimha, Jai
Nrsimha,
Jai
Jai
Nrsimha,
Nrsimha, Jai Jai
Praladesha, Jai
Nrsimha,
Padma
Praladesha, Jai
Brinda,
Padmamukha Padma Brinda,
Ugravira
Ugraveeram
Mahavishnu,
Mahavishram, Jwalantam
Sarvato
Sarvatomukham,
Nrsimha Vishnu
Bhishana Bhadram, Mrityum Namamiham.
Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai, Prahlad
Jai,
Maharaj ki Jai. Let's offer
Jai.
our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas.
Kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubheva Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Vaishnavinda ki Jai,
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai,
Jai.
Lord Premanande, Hare
Hare Bol. Thank you, Devkinandan Prabhu. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Thank you, everybody. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.